They got lucky that he made the cut on the cut line at 2 over, which got people to wake up this morning to see if he could make a move. But he's not making the move he needs to make because Rory McIlroy's running away from everybody.
You think Tiger's out of it? I mean, you can come back.
He's 16 shots out of the lead.
If he played really, really good.
If he shoot, let's do a comparative. If Tiger comes out, if he finishes the day, where's he? Is he done for the day? Let me go down and look at Tiger where he's at for the day. My computer decides it wants to lock up on me, of course, right now.
Mine's locking up too, so it's not much help. But
let's see where we're at here. Tiger is.
Well, if he does come back and does win, you think it'll cause him to be considered back to where he was before? Is another question we could answer. Because honestly, I don't see him winning another major anytime soon because he hasn't been playing good golf for a year now. He's been close a couple times, but close is only good in, what is it, horseshoes?
He's now 4 over par.
Yes, there he is.
He just dropped to 4 over par through 16. He's now 19 strokes out of the lead.
Yeah, he's done for
Let's put this in perspective. If it finishes right here, 19 strokes out of the lead, he has to shoot 60 and hope Rory McIlroy shoots 79 to tie him.
But even then, you still have Ricky Fowler and
right. You got to jump all these people. There's no way Tiger even makes a noise tomorrow. And so will people watch?
No, I think golf needs to find a person who they can replace Tiger Woods with that they can focus on.
They don't. A dynamic like that is a once-in-a-generation thing. Arnold Palmer. Next generation, Jack Nicklaus. Next generation, Tiger Woods. They don't come along, everybody says, oh, Phil Mickelson. He didn't turn crowds and turn money styles and create the situations Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods create or that Arnold Palmer created. I know people talk about Ben Hogan and Sam Snead. They didn't. Arnold Palmer was the first man to make $1 million. Jack Nicklaus, 18 majors. Tiger Woods is the reason, his star power is the reason that all the little podunk tournaments in next to nowhere PGA town pay $1 million to the winner. Those don't happen all the time. You can't just say, oh, PGA needs to go find somebody to replace Tiger. Yeah, Tiger replaced Jack Nicklaus. Tiger didn't come around until 96. Jack's last major win was 86. There was a 10-year gap there. These are once-in-a-generation thing, if that often. You can't just say, Jordan Spieth, here comes the next Tiger. That's what they did to Rory McIlroy. Rory McIlroy, the next Tiger. No, he wasn't.
Where is Jordan Spieth? Did he go?
Yeah, Jordan Spieth's over there. And he was up on the leaderboard yesterday. Pretty good.
I wish this was in some order that's not, you can adjust.
It is. It's in the order of who's leading the tournament.
Yeah, but I wish you could do it by name and make it a lot easier. I don't see Jordan Spieth on here.
Yeah, he's 3 under through 15, 5 under on the day, tied for 23rd. But I still don't think, even though we're talking about Jordan Spieth and we're talking about Rory McIlroy, we're talking about Ricky Fowler, if we're not talking about Tiger Woods tomorrow, viewership is down. And all the sponsors worry about is viewership. They don't care who wins the golf tournament. They care how many TVs are tuned in to see who wins the golf tournament, so their commercials are seen. The U.S. Open, arguably the greatest major championship there is. I think the Masters is, but some people could argue the U.S. Open. Viewership down 50% from last year because Tiger wasn't there. 50%. I didn't say 5. I didn't say 15. I said 50. Half of 100. You lost half of your audience this year at the U.S. Open because Tiger Woods was not playing in the U.S. Open. You cannot tell me tomorrow if Tiger Woods is back 19 strokes, people are getting up at 5 in the morning to watch golf. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Trust me, golf suffers if Tiger's not in the field. We all know that. And 19 back is just like not being in the field. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Ira Schofield, he joined the show yesterday, and if you missed that, you missed a great interview talking about Florida State football. We'll come back with Ira Schofield from warchant.com. Plus, we'll have all your updated baseball standings, and I'll tell you about the Braves. They finally did something that all their fans knew they should have done last year. Tell you what that is. Coming up next, right here on the Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Regions Bank has big bank ability but possesses small bank agility. Utilizing tools like Raymond Andrews and his team of 6 mortgage experts with 100 years of experience in the mortgage industry and 50 years experience as members of the Regions Bank team. Mortgage lending is personal and important, and you deserve someone that will lead you through a positive process. Raymond and his team use local mortgaging processes like local appraisers and local closing to help you have a positive experience, and they habla Espanol as well. So whether you need a conventional, FHA, USDA, or VA loan, or you even need a construction loan, the mortgage team of your local Regions Bank has the knowledge and experience to guide you through the process. So contact Raymond Andrews and his team of mortgage experts at 352-854-4104. That's 352-854-4104. Regions Bank, it's time to expect more.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. With today's sunshine mixing with clouds, watch out for a thunderstorm, especially this afternoon over interior sections, the high 88 to 92, then partly cloudy tonight, though 71 to 75. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun with a thunderstorm or two in the area. Over the interior places, it'll be just in the afternoon hours, the high 88 to 92. For Sunday, clouds and sun with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
1370 WOCA.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Welcome back to the Saturday Sports Page. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Real quick, if you were wondering about how the Miami Heat have done since the LeBron James departure,
We made it 29 minutes.
they signed Udonis Haslem yesterday. Sources have said it's a mid-level exception in 2 years at $5.5 million. Since the LeBron James leaving the Heat last week, the Heat have retooled their team by reaching contracts with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Lou Aldang, Josh McRoberts, Chris Anderson, Mario Chalmers, Danny Granger, James Ennis, and Udonis Haslem. totaling more than $215 million.
You think there'll be a 500 team next year?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Heat will make the playoffs. Heat will be 4 or 5 seed in the East.
But they'll do it with like a 500 record, you think?
That'll probably be like there's 82 games. They'll probably be like 45 and 31. What's 82? 45 and what is that?
You're putting me on the spot
45 here. And I don't know.
They'll have more than even
45 and 38 or something like that. 37 in that 82.
Oh, I'm cracking out the calculator.
45 and 37, I think, is 82. Yeah, that's right. That's 82.
It's 37, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll be like 45 and 37, 46 and 36, or 44 and 38, somewhere around there.
It makes sense.
Somewhere about 6-7 games over 500.
They'll do better than the Celtics, let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah. They'll finish in the top 4 or 5 in the East. They'll win their first round, lose in the second round, and to the eventual champion of the East, who'll get drubbed by whoever comes out of the West. So, earlier this week, actually yesterday, Ira Schofield joined the show because SEC Media Day is over. ACC Media Day is about to kick off. Ira Schofield works for WarChant.com. He's the managing editor of WarChant.com. He covers the defending national champion Florida State Seminoles, who are we're the official Ocala station of the Florida State Seminoles. We'll play all their games on our airwaves right here. Ira Schofield stopped by with Buddy Martin yesterday to talk Florida State football. Here's Ira Schofield and Buddy Martin.
Ira Schofield from WarChant.com. Sorry we had an inability to call out there. I want to make sure we got you. Thanks for joining us here on the program. Talk a little FSU football. Seminoles now get their time in the spotlight. After all, they've had the spotlight since last year, the national championship winners that they are, and a lot to live up to this year. But, right now in terms of where the Seminoles stand, we all know how tough it is to follow up on a national championship, but by all accounts, Jimbo Fisher, aside from the problems off the field, well publicized, especially with Jameis Winston, they've got the talent. They got a schedule that's favorable. You and I have discussed this a couple of times, Ira. What is your feeling about where they are right now, without seeing on the field now, but where they are right now, and what do you expect next week when you get to ACC Media Days and the comments from Fisher?
I think he's going to come off as pretty confident. He really always does, and he should be. I mean, I think they are. If you put on paper, if you put them against the teams they're going to play this season, I think they're better on paper than most of them. And the big ones, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Florida, they get at home. So those are, I think they should feel good about those matchups. I think the challenge for this team is going to be, can they play with that chip on their shoulder? Can they play with that hunger that last year's team did? And that's going to be the trick. Whatever buttons that Jimbo pushed last year might have to be different buttons this year because those guys have already won it all. So now you got to figure out a way to make them continue playing at that level.
Some nice kudos given to Fisher yesterday by his former boss, Nick Saban, talking about what a good person he was. They talked to him on the phone occasionally. Thinks he's done a great job with this program. And does Jimbo Fisher ever talk about Saban?
He does, but he's kind of had to walk a fine line here because he also was mentored by Bobby Bowden, and so what he's tried to always say is that he learned how to run a program, how to run an organization from Nick Saban, and he learned how to deal with people and kind of act, how to act with people and how to treat families and recruit and things like that from Bobby Bowden. So he's kind of had to walk a fine line there. But even his wife, Candy Fisher, will say that Nick Saban's wife is really, she kind of showed her how to be a head coach's wife, which is something we don't see a lot of. But so yeah, I think if Jimbo is being honest, I think Nick Saban was his greatest influence. But he coaches in Tallahassee, so he usually tries to give him equal.
Sure. One thing I know is well known there, well documented, and we don't hear as much about outside Tallahassee. And you know the story well. Is their son, which is I think something that that everybody's hearts go out to the Fisher family for dealing with a difficult situation. To Jimbo's credit, he doesn't seem to let that impact him in a negative way. He includes his son. He's around the team a lot. Can you talk a little bit about that and the situation, and what is his condition exactly?
Yeah, Ethan has a very rare disease, a blood disorder called Fanconi anemia, and he's young. He's under 10 years old, and it's a disease that eventually will force him to have a bone marrow transplant. Probably that's usually what happens. Basically, the body stops producing bone marrow, and so he has to have that procedure, and then after that. A lot of times the life expectancy is only maybe into the 30s or so, sometimes a little bit older than that because they become very susceptible to cancers and things like that. So right now, he's pretty much a normal, young kid. And like you said, he's around the team. The players love him. The players all kind of, they know what's going on with him, and they try to, really include him in everything they do. But it is challenging. The way Jimbo has kind of handled it, though, like you said, he hasn't let it affect him on the field. The way what he's done is he basically decided the more success he has as a head coach, the more success Florida State has as a program, the more they can raise money to fight the disease, which doesn't have a lot of funding because it's very rare. And I think they've raised over $1.5 million, maybe $2 million in the last 2 years. So that's the way he's approaching it, is trying to win games to improve his stock so that he can raise awareness and raise money.
I'm looking into a recruiting list of Florida State, and they obviously mopped up pretty well last year. The guy everybody's talking about is Dalvin Cook, who is a world-class running back out of Miami Central. Everybody raves about him. Florida tried to get him real hard. A lot of schools tried to get him. He chose FSU. Not known as a great running program over the years, although they run it a lot better than they used to. What do you know about Dalvin Cook? Is he must be already pre-enrolled. I'm sure he's there for the summer program. And is he a guy that get on the field right away?
Yeah, he actually came in the spring, and they had hoped he came in January, and they had hoped to really have a good spring and really get him on the fast track. But he ended up having shoulder surgery from an off-the-field injury, and so he missed some of the spring. But no, people around the team say that he's as natural a running back as they've had in a long, long time, and he's also very fast. And you saw him in the state championship game having just monster games. And he really is. And like you said, they've gotten better at running the ball. And this year, to be honest with you, because of the fact they lost those receivers, losing Kelvin Benjamin, losing Kenny Shaw, and then bringing back and a veteran offensive line, I think some people feel like this team may run the ball at least early in the season a little bit more than they have in the past. So I think you'll see a lot of Dalvin Cook and Carlos Williams, and also Mario Pender, who's yet to play yet in college because he's had academic problems and some other issues, but he's been on campus for 3 years. He was a big-time running back 3 years ago out at Fort Myers. If he stays or Cape Coral, if he's eligible and out of trouble, they've got 3 or 4 really good running backs.
Yeah, and the rest of these recruits, I don't know. I know much about them, but I'll just mention the names. Lane, Daub, Featherston, and Rudolph. Anybody that jump off the page is someone that might be helping some of the Knowles next year and get on the field?
Yeah, I think those receivers, Ermon Lane and Travis Rudolph are the two that some people had, a lot of people had as the two of the top 5 receivers in the country. And because they have some need at wide receiver, I think those guys will get a chance to play a lot. Kane Dobb, the linebacker out of Jacksonville, got a lot of hype also, but I don't know. I don't get. They've got a lot of young, really good linebackers who are ready to play. I don't think you're going to see a ton of him, but I think mostly on the offensive side of the ball, I think there's some opportunities for some of those young freshman skill players, like you said, Ermon Lane, Dalvin Cook, and Travis Rudolph. I think the first 3 that will get a shot.
Yeah. All right. Finally, Jameis Winston. He's going to be the talk next week, obviously. How do you think he'll go? They'll get him up, and he's going to have to answer the crab questions, whatever. I know he's been prepped. What do you expect out of Jameis Winston at ACC Media Days?
I think he'll enjoy the spotlight. He really for the most part he's usually been very good in those types of situations. Up at the Heisman Trophy, the Heisman Trophy press conferences, he was very good. When he won the Heisman Trophy up there, he was very good in the press conference. He likes the limelight. He likes talking to the media. Even when there have been tough questions, he's been okay. So I think surrounded by a lot of national media and that type of stage, I think he's going to be very personable. I think he'll do really well. But, I'm curious to see what happens if he starts getting kind of badgered with tough questions about the off the field things. If he gets defensive and whether or not FSU tries to step in, which could make things a little uncomfortable. But when he's talking about football, he's as personable as anybody that I've covered.
All right, well, before we let you go, talk about War Chant. How does someone, as a Seminole fan who might want to know more about it, how do you get it, and what's the deal on that?
I appreciate it. Yeah, WarChant.com is part of the Rivals Network. So it's a team site, but also it covers recruiting. And I think if you're a member of any of the other rival sites, you can read the articles on WarChant. But if you want to read the message boards and that type of thing, then you actually have to subscribe to the site, which is I think like $9-10 a month.
There you go. I know that you'll do a great job, and I know that the folks who want to know about it will need to check it out because our Schofield, former sports editor of the Tallahassee Democrat, now is the managing editor. Managing editor of the War Chant. Ira, thanks for spending some time with us. Enjoy your trip down to see all the ACC teams at ACC Media Days.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a lot.
That was Ira Schofield, the managing editor, of WarChant.com, and he thinks Florida State's got a great chance to repeat. And, I think they could pull the twofer here. I think Florida State could repeat because the ACC is not as strong as the rest of the conferences. I think Florida State is the best team in the ACC, one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the country. I think Jameis Winston could win the Heisman again. That hadn't been done since Archie Griffin did it in 1974, 1975 for the Ohio State University.
Do you think he can keep himself away from the spotlight, though?
Therein lies the situation. But he handled it good at the national championship game when he was already in the spotlight for the sexual assault allegations and everything. So we'll see how it comes out. But I think the tides have shifted in this state, and Florida State's going to be good for a while. And Florida and Miami are woefully behind.
I know his dad said, I think it was his dad said he's not going to come out and go into the NFL draft this year, but you think he'll change his mind?
Nope. I do not believe he will because he enjoys college.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Stealing from stores is, I guess, a good way.
And if he wins the Heisman 2 years in a row, I think then he tries to come back and win it a third year. Never been done.
He's talent.
But who's to say he's going to win the Heisman this year? 2 years ago, nobody knew who Johnny Manziel was until he played against Florida and had such a good game. Florida won the game. But Johnny Manziel wins the Heisman. Nobody knew who Jameis Winston really was unless you follow Florida State football. He comes out and wins the Heisman. There may be a freshman laying in the weeds that none of us have really heard about that come out and win the Heisman. You never know. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll give you the latest updates on baseball. We'll tell you about why the black, if you notice at the British Open Day, they were all wearing black ribbons, why people were wearing black ribbons on their hat. Donald Sterling, I told you this guy wasn't going to go away. Plus Major League Baseball, are you kidding me? All that coming up right here on Buddy Sport on the Saturday Sports page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Lisa Midget, owner of the Properties Salon in downtown Ocala. Here in Florida, we're all about summertime fun, but along with the warm weather comes humidity, which leads to the dreaded frizzies. Are you tired of checking the weather report every morning before deciding to flat iron your hair? Sick of looking like the Lion King every day by noon? Has God just not seen fit to answer your prayers for patience and silky, frizz-free hair? Well, your troubles are over. Come to the Properties Salon for one of our hair smoothing systems. Specializing in Peter Coppola and Cezanne keratin smoothing treatments, the Properties Salon can tame your unruly locks with these formaldehyde-free formulas. And with the discount code BuddyRocks, you will save 20%. Not fighting the frizzies? Mention the same code BuddyRocks to save 20% off one of our many services such as cuts, color extensions, and manis and petties. Gentlemen, this special is not just for the ladies. We do great cuts and color for men too. Check us out at theproperties.com for more information.
Hey, Eddie, I'm playing Augusta in a few hours, and I need a fourth. Want to join us?
Georgia's close, but it's not that close, Alex.
Not Georgia, Golden Ocala. I'm a member at Golden Ocala, and this course has 8 tribute holes, like number 12 and 13. You know, part of Amen Corner, and the postage stamp, and the road hole. It's a phenomenal track. My family and I always have a great time at the pool and at the restaurants. They've got 3, you know. The kids love the tennis programs. My wife practically lives at the spa, and I've been bulking up with a personal trainer in their fitness center. Joining Golden Ocala was one of the best decisions I've ever made, aside from marrying my wife, of course. So you want to join us in a few hours?
Absolutely. I can't wait to play the first hole in golf and the road hole too. Hey, how do I become a member at Golden Ocala?
Eddie, just call 352-402-4343.
Luxury and great golf is affordable at Golden Ocala. Call 352-402-4343 to join.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 1/15/14.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Back on the Saturday Sports Page, real quick, an update on the Open Championship over in England, the British Open. Rory McIlroy comes back towards the field, 1 stroke. He's now 14 under. Ricky Fowler, second place at 10 under. Sergio Garcia, third place at 9 under. Tiger Woods at last check was 4 over. Let me go look and see where Tiger is now. Tiger Woods is 3 over for the championship, 17 strokes out of the lead he's finished his round, shot 73, 1 over 73. So Tiger Woods is finished. Rory McIlroy, 14 under. Ricky Fowler, 10 under. The young guns of the golf world, Ricky Fowler and Rory McIlroy. Back facing each other. They'll be in the final pairing tomorrow. That's good for golf. So if you're going to watch in the morning, that'll be your final pairing. The Braves, finally, they're going to eat $19 million. That is Dan Uggla's contract. Uggla is ugly as a Brave. And the Braves finally just said, we're done, you're fired, and cut him. It was an experiment that the Marlins wanted to get rid of him. They got rid of him. They got to pay him $19 million. They signed him to a 5-year deal worth $62 million. But they only had to pay him the way the contract's written and everything. He's got to get $19 million. Oh, he's just, since the start of 2013, he's batting 175.
That's better than some of the people in the Red Sox, which is sad.
He's only hit 2 home runs this year.
That's not good.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But the Braves finally have cut Uggla loose. Good job, Atlanta. Are you wondering, if you've been watching the Open Championship today, they've all had black ribbons on their hats. These ribbons honor longtime Scottish golf instructor Bob Torrance. He's the father of Sam Torrance, a former European Ryder Cup captain. And I used to use Sam Torrance on European PGA Tour golf on the Sega. Sam Torrance was my guy. That's who I would use. Till the PGA Tour came out where you can make your own guy. And then I just started spanking him with my own guy.
Dude, I had the Tiger Woods all play for the Wii, and I made my own guy. It was awesome.
Oh, I got the Tiger Woods for the Wii.
Yeah.
See, you don't trust me. On the Xbox or the Wii, you don't want to mess with me in Tiger Woods.
I feel like we got to do this one.
It was just crazy. Well, you know my best round in Tiger Woods.
What?
You ready?
Yes.
48.
That's unrealistic.
You don't want to mess with me at Tiger Woods. Because I was making shots where you shouldn't make shots. You know, I got very good at Tiger Woods very quick.
That's me with FIFA right now. I'm ridiculously good at FIFA.
Have you moved up?
Yeah, I got...
You're out of rookie league?
I'm out of rookie. I moved away from MLS. I got traded to some France league, so then I didn't want to be there anymore because the uniforms were pink. Nothing against the color pink, just not my style. So I got playing for some team in Germany now. It's pretty cool. I mean, it goes really deep. We're playing for Division II German football.
Well, there you go. So, you know.
Which apparently is good.
You want none of me on Tiger Woods, pal. So the open mystery is solved. The black ribbons are for Bob Torrance. He died Friday at the age of 82. Bob is the best swing coach in the world, Padraig Harrington said after his winning his second Open championship. Torrance taught a wide range of European players, according to Yahoo Sports, including three-time major winner Padraig Harrington, current European Ryder Cup captain Paul McGinley. He also apparently watched Roy McIlroy swing and declared, I can't do anything for that swing, and refused to teach him. How about that?
If I'm Roy McIlroy, that is a confidence booster right there.
Wow. The Los Angeles Angels signed all-star closer Houston Street. They traded Trevor and Trevor Gott. They traded for minor leaguers Taylor Lindsay, R.G. Alvarez, Jose Gordon, Rondon, and Elliot Morris. In a trade Friday night, Street, 30 years old, has 24 saves and 25 opportunities, a 1.09 ERA game in 33 games this season. He gets traded from the Padres to the Angels. Go ahead and give the Angels the West right now. Even though Oakland's got the best team in baseball, the Angels will catch Oakland, or they'll get in a wild card and they'll beat Oakland in the playoffs. The Angels are going to the World Series. I predict it right now.
The Angels are only a game and a half back.
They're going to the World Series. Give me the updated standings, Ryan, on Major League Baseball.
Right now in the AL East, we have the Orioles, who are 4 games ahead of the Yankees and the Blue Jays. In the AL Central, the Tigers are 6.5 games ahead of the Indians, which that's still pretty close. All the other teams are right together. The AL West, the Athletics, as we just said, are killing it. They're only a game and a half above the Angels, but everybody else is in no man's land. By that, I mean like 20 games back.
Right.
The NL Central, the Brewers, who have been on top all season long. The Cardinals are only a game behind them.
Here come the Cardinals.
And the Reds are 2.5 games behind them, and the Pirates are 3. So it's really close there in the NL Central. The NL West, we have the Giants and the Dodgers tied together.
But the Dodgers are going to leave the Giants, trust me.
Yeah, the
Dodgers will pull away.
Something will happen. That is kind of done. The Giants and the Dodgers are right there, but everybody else is away again.
And then the NL East. One-game lead for the Atlanta Braves. 53 and 31. Is that what they are? 43 and 31?
53 and 43.
53 and 43. And the other team is 51 and 42 or something like that.
43.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only have a
Washington.
Yeah, they have a game lead over the Nationals, but the Mets are right there. I mean, the Mets could come back.
It's Atlanta and Washington's race, and
Yeah.
Washington, I think, is going to win that.
The Phillies are out. I'm running the Marlins off. They've kind of been on a downslope for a little while.
Right. Well, I think that it's going to be the Braves and the Washington Senators. Not the Senators.
Nationals?
Washington Nationals.
Yeah, there you go.
In the East, but I think you're going to see the Cardinals and the Angels in the World Series. That's my prediction at the halfway mark. Cardinals and the Angels in the World Series.
Who do you think wins that, though?
I'll reserve my decision on that right now. Hey, a lawyer for a man offering to buy the L.A. Clippers for $2 billion told a judge Friday that Donald Sterling's stalling tactics are threatening to doom the sale by pushing it past the contractual deadline. At a hearing to set parameters for the rest of the probate trial, attorney Adam Streisand implored the judge to make a swift decision. He said the final deadline for closing the deal with former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer was extended by the month, but that ends August 15th, excuse me. Sterling has vowed he'll never sell the team and suing to block his wife's single-handed deal to do so after the NBA banned him for life for making racist comments. I told you Sterling wasn't going away. I tried to tell you. Y'all thought, oh, no, they'll take it from him. I'm telling you, The man loves court. He's going to tie it up in court as long as he can. I'm trying to explain this to you. This is a guy who is not going away quietly.
It's a game to him.
He's a nutbag, and it's fun to him. This keeps him relevant. And all he worries about is getting that name in the paper, and it keeps him relevant.
If I was him, just to annoy the NBA, Darnell Sterling, NBA. That's what that would be.
Are you kidding me? Major League Baseball and Fox go the entire All-Star game without mentioning that Tony Gwynn passed. Then they get waylaid for doing so they release this statement. We are deeply saddened by the loss of Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, but the baseball family has sadly lost a number of people this year, including Hall of Famers Ralph Kiner, Frank Cashin, Jerry Coleman, Jim Fregosi, and Don Zimmerman, and didn't want to slight anyone by singling out an individual. What? Are you kidding me? You just, the whole All-Star game, 4 hours, singled out Derek Jeter. You singled out an individual. It wasn't an All-Star game. It was, hey, look, I'm Derek Jeter. It's my last game. So you don't want to mention Tony Gwynn because you didn't want to single anybody out? You kidding me? For Ryan Goldberg, I'm Tom Schmitz. Have a great weekend, everybody.